Hey guys, Paul from Net Audio. We're here to talk about our very popular Dodge Ram enclosures that we've been doing. We've been shipping and building these enclosures now online for around 12 years. So there's a lot of them out there. We get phone calls and emails and stuff about them all the time. We have an older video, so it was just about time for us to get this updated and get something new out there for you. We're located in Wichita Falls, Texas. We're a small shop, but more than half of our business that we do is based online. So we deal with customers calling us and talking to us, asking questions about their vehicles. So what we've done is we've come up with the best solutions, the best options that we have for getting big sound in your Dodge Ram. We have packages and solutions for people who want just a little bass, people who want a lot of bass, people who want something real showy and flashy. So we're going to go over a bunch of those different options for you today, so that way you have more of an idea about what you want before you call us and get with us, so we can try to narrow down exactly what it is that you're after. So when we started building these enclosures, we had a fiberglass mold that we made off of a 2009 Ram, and over the years we have really refined the way that we're building this process. So up until 3 years ago, all of these were made handmade, each one at a time. We didn't have a CNC machine or anything. Well, we finally found the space and we made room for a CNC machine. So what that's done is we are now on version 2. Not just version 2 as far as structure and looks, but version 2 as in we have a whole new mold. You know, after building 1,000 plus of these enclosures over 10 years, we had different ways to refine it. We found a little more airspace, refined a few different spots where we could get a little bit more better fit and finish as far as how the enclosure fit inside the vehicle. Plus, we were able to come up with a ported box design, which everybody was asking us for, and we came up with one that works. So we're going to go over that here in a little bit. But first, what I want to talk about is all of the different versions and variations we have of these enclosures now from a cosmetic standpoint. Later, we're going to talk about the different sizes and the different options that we have. So what we're going to focus on right now are our most popular, and that's our what we call our dual series, and we make them either in a dual tall or a dual low. So a dual low version is our low profile box, and it is made to, you flip up the seats, you drop it into place. There's no modifications, no need for seat spacers or anything like that. Our dual tall, anything that's a tall variation requires a seat lift. They all come with the seat lift. You don't have to go find a seat lift or something from another manufacturer. So if you order anything that's a tall variation, it's going to come with all the parts and pieces needed to raise your back seat. Generally, we do 1.5 inches. Some few applications will do a 2-inch spacer. It's not typically necessary. 2-inch spacer is as tall as you can go. We get a lot of phone calls about this. If you do anything over a 2-inch spacer, your seat back will not latch to the back wall. So let's talk about appearances. This is something that's completely new. So on our original enclosures, people always wanted us to do something with recessed subs, something to give it more of a custom look. But with the handmade, one-of-a-kind things that we did, when you're doing 300-400 of these a year, it's a lot of extra work with the layering process that we do to do the recessed subwoofers and make them be strong and secure and be able to, you know, hold up to the daily abuse of people who run. We have guys running well in excess of 2,000 watts in these boxes. So we have to have something strong and repeatable. And making them one-off, one at a time, it takes up so much time, and it was not something easily achievable. Now with the CNC machine, we can do all sorts of fun stuff. My background is in CAD. My background is in computer design. I've been doing that for longer than I've been doing stereo work. So this is just a perfect marriage of us being able to take the CAD and computer design and come up with custom looks that are easily repeatable, but on top of that, it honestly made us create a better box. So the way that this whole structure is done, the front lip of the box is all aligned with wooden dowels. Then the top of the box is lined up with wooden dowels. Everything puts together like a jigsaw puzzle. So we made a more refined, better enclosure, but it's also a stronger enclosure. So when we're doing over 100 of these Rams per year, and we've been doing that for 12 years, that's a lot of enclosures. So for 3 of those to have failures, I consider that to be a really good track record. And we have guys, again, I'm not exaggerating, it is not uncommon for our customers to have 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 watts under their back seat. We had one of my employees had a Dodge Ram. We had 4,100 watts on 212s under his back seat, and the back seat still latched into place, and the truck looked factory unless you were looking for it. So these will take a beating. We did not reinforce his at all, and it held up. It held up great, just because we wanted to do a stress test on it. So, like I said, the strength is a big deal for us, and everything we've had to do cosmetic-wise has been completely a bonus, because we did not want to change or take away from the structural integrity of this enclosure. So with our enclosures, we have, if you go on the website, the base cosmetic package is what we call a stage 1. And what we did is we took that request of customers who wanted that recessed subwoofer look, so we added an additional 1/2 inch layer to the top of the enclosure, and these are, again, they're computer cut, but they are still laid out and designed by us. So when you call and you say, I have 2 JL12W6s, we change the cutout the subwoofer mounts in, and on the recess, we change the size of the recess so it fits your woofers. We're making sure that it's still going to have that custom one-off look that people want. So it is still a lot of attention to detail, and each enclosure is being done individually. So that stage 1 enclosure is all carpet with the subwoofers recessed, and then we give you in the center of the enclosure either the Dodge Ram badge recessed, or we give you the 5th Gen Ram badge recessed. So you just have to specify and say, this is what I have. We have both options. And then we did something very basic, just doing the 3 lines coming off the side of it, just to give it a little character, but we didn't want it over the top. We didn't want a bunch of flash and a bunch of lines going everywhere that didn't have any relation to the vehicle. So it's clean, simple, nothing over the top, just to give it a little bit of character. Now, stage 2s are something that we brought in because, again, everybody was wanting something a little more custom, a little more pop. So with stage 2 packages, you get to pick your choice of color carpet, your choice for color vinyl for the top, and then also whatever emblem it is that you want to do on the top of the enclosure. So we either do, a chrome black badge, either the Ram badge off the tailgate, the 5th Gen Ram head badge off the tailgate, or we've had a lot of requests lately for the Ram letters. And all of those are parts we order straight from our local Dodge dealership, so they're not cheap. That adds to the cost of the package. And then, of course, you can get them in either chrome or black. And we've actually had some people send us custom ones that they got off online somewhere where somebody's making custom badges. So something that fits the tailgate of a Dodge Ram pickup, but it may have like an American flag or a POW MIA or whatever. So any sort of custom request you have like that, give us a shout. These, again, they're all made one of a kind, so it's not hard for us to change something up and make it fit what you want it to. Then from the stage 2, for the people who really want a lot of wow, we have the stage 3, and that's what we have in front of us here. This isn't just a stage 3, this is a stage 3 plus, so this has even other upgrades that we can talk about. So a stage 3, same options. You get your choice of color carpet, you get your choice color of the vinyl on the main trim panel, but then we also have this reveal that's down in the bottom where you can have, again, another choice of vinyl, suede, carpet if you wanted to give it contrast, whatever. But once we're into the stage 3s, man, now we can do all sorts of cool stuff, and we can do lighting, and of course we can do the light up emblem. We can do single color, you can do RGB, multicolor. The controllers we even use for the multicolor, you can add additional lights to the interior of your truck. So this is why we call this a stage 3 plus, because he's got 3 or 4 different options that we've added onto it. But this is just a good example of what we can do, and quite honestly, this isn't the craziest one that we've done. So we have a lot of crazy cool options for those people that are wanting to do something real wowy. Since we're here, this is also one of our ported enclosures. Our sealed enclosures are what made us popular, and that's what got us our attention off of the Dodge Ram forums 12 years ago or longer. It's been a long time. So a lot of requests were made wanting this ported box, ported box, ported box. But if you've ever talked to me on the phone, I really preach about airspace and enclosure design and what it's going to take in order to make your woofers perform. So the #1 complaint we hear from customers, I joke saying that we're typically the 3rd box that you buy. Because everybody's going to, they want a subwoofer box for their truck. They've done it in their Chevys and their Fords, so they go online, they buy an inexpensive enclosure, they throw it under the back seat, and they want to try to shove some 12s in it, and of course it doesn't sound good. There's no air in the pre-made enclosures for these Rams. If it's using wood for the tubs instead of fiberglass, it's losing all the airspace. So then they're like, well, this sucks. So they try to go find something else. Well, instead of a $100 enclosure, now they buy a $300 enclosure. And they're like, man, it still sounds like crap. You can't get these trucks to sound good. No, I preach airspace. And so that's why so many people are happy with our enclosures. It's because they call us, they email us, and they say, hey, I've got this truck. I've had this in the past. What can I do in this truck to make it work? And I'll tell you, look, here's our first most popular sub. Here's our second most popular sub. And the most popular products that customers are putting in our enclosures are brands we don't even sell. So we're sitting here telling you, buy somebody else's product because I know you're going to be happy with it. Our products, of course, we're happy with, and we love what we sell locally. But call us and say, this is what I've had. This is what I liked. And I'll tell you yes or no, honest answers of, are you going to be happy with our product in your vehicle? Because the last thing we want is for you to buy brand X speakers and put them in a box that's too small, and then that makes us look like our product isn't performing. So please call us. And honestly, we have more than once called the customer after they place an order and said, look, this is not going to work how you expect it to. So it's, again, that attention to detail. It's that one-of-a-kind customer service that we're supplying with our customers. We want, if our enclosures are not cheap, if you're spending this much money on an enclosure, we want to make sure it's going to sound good for you. We want to ensure that you're going to be happy with it. So it's that back and forth with our customers that allows us to ensure the quality of the product and that it's going to perform the way you want it to. We're currently working on an update on the website so that we can offer full packages for our customers. Right now, if you go on there, everything is in a stage 1 format where it's just all carpet. So if you're wanting to do something more custom with a stage 2 or stage 3, feel free to shoot us an email at netaudioWF@gmail.com or give us a call at 940-767-1800. So not only are we going to do the enclosure custom options on the website, we're also wanting to add audio packages. We're getting a lot of requests from customers who are wanting to buy everything from us. So they don't want just the enclosure, they want the subwoofers that we recommend, the amplifiers. We have audio interfaces that make the installation a plug-and-play affair. So anything that you're wanting to go with your new truck, give us a call, shoot us an email, and we can work out some packages for you. So again, we're Net Audio. We're in Wichita Falls, Texas. So check out the website at netaudio.com or shoot us an email at netaudioWF@gmail.com. Thanks, guys.